the ANC should take serious note of what happened in Venezuela and the capture of Maduro and his wife. And in a realistic sense, they need to understand that when Donald Trump issues the warning and you think you can play games with the United States, believing you're a sovereign country, believing that you'll be protected where you live by your people, by your institutions, think again. You've been warned. The ANC has been warned. The United States is executing on their promises. They said, we're going to take the minorities as refugees into the US, and they are doing it at a massive rate, mind you. They've introduced several bills in the United States which threatens the ANC and individuals within the ANC, within the government, with personal consequences. All right? Here's a statement that South Africa responded to in terms of the action in Venezuela yesterday. South Africa urges UN Security Council session following unilateral military action in Venezuela, obviously calling for an emergency meeting because they need to try and preempt possible similar action, not exactly the same, but possible consequences for them as individuals. Because what Trump just did, he said, listen, it's not only invading the country in a sense or attacking military assets within Venezuela, it's personal capture of Maduro. That's in the personal capacity of an individual within the government. All right. So they need to. The ANC now is trying to gather international support in terms of shunning this action, citing the breach of international law. Obviously, there's a lot of intricacies and nuances in terms of what happened yesterday. But the fact of the matter remains that it did happen. And there is just about nothing anyone can do to Donald Trump, his administration, or the United States in what they have done. You can tweet about it, you can post on Instagram, you can issue a formal letter as any European country, Asian country, Russia. It doesn't really matter. What he says is what he'll do. So the ANC needs to take note here. The individuals within the government that are associated or linked to any form of corruption in the last 30 years or more, via MTN and the court cases in the US, via tender fraud, via state capture, they need to take note because what this man says is what he'll do. So, yes, this is going to be an interesting month. We'll see what they do, but this is setting a precedent, all right? This is actually not about Maduro that much. It's not about the drug war. It's not about the narcotics. It's about the oil to some extent, but it's much more about putting a massive hurdle in front of China, Russia, and Iran, and all of their associates, compatriots, and comrades, which includes South Africa. So Venezuela has and owns the largest oil reserve in the world. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think if you could sell all the oil over a period of time, it would equal the GDP of the whole European Union. Okay, that's how much oil they've got, which is probably one of the most strategic, if not the most strategic, energy asset that exists on this planet, which feeds economic growth and which recently fed China and Russia's economic growth. So suddenly, with control of the oil reserve and the attack on the economic state and economic growth potential of China, Russia, and their associates, Iran, South Africa, etc., with the whole BRICS combination, this is an extremely strategic move by the United States. Maduro is just a little pawn piece on the chessboard, and the ANC, unfortunately, guys, just to let you know, you're probably already taken off the chessboard. You're on the side. Your pawns, your bishops, your castles, your king they're coming for a checkmate.